Both Dior and Louis Vuitton are, believe it or not, a part of LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton. Christian Dior SE is the main holding company for LVMH, owning 40.9% of its shares. And wait, we're going off track here, fabulous people. This part can't wait for another video. Now let's focus on the bags first now, shall we?
Cool facts you may not know about Christian Dior video coming soon.
And hello again, fabulous people. It's your boy Sean here, and welcome back to another video with JC's Home Finds Vlogs. And as promised, on our last video, we'll be talking about the cool facts you may not know about Christian Dior. And, well, that's basically it for this intro actually. Quite a short one, huh? Born to a wealthy family in the seaside town within the French historic province known as Granville, Normandy, Christian Dior certainly lived his dream to the fullest. Being the founder of one of the greatest fashion houses of all time, the couturier started off his career very early as he was already known as an entrepreneur. That was during his school days. With his fondness of fashion and sketching them, he already started selling on the street for a few cents each, showing real promise towards the fashion scene. But actually, prior to his fashion career, Christian Dior wanted to pursue for an architect degree. But since his father decided otherwise, he instead finished with political science. After Christian Dior finished college, he was gifted with an art gallery casually by his father. He never really liked political science anyway. And on the side note, if you're curious, Christian Dior's father is actually a well-known industrialist back in his day. During that time, business magnates were called industrialists. Now back to the casual gifting of the art gallery to Christian Dior. The property itself exhibited the famous works of Pablo Picasso, Jean Cocteau, and George Braque, and I hope I'm pronouncing those names right now. Well, in short, during his early years, Christian Dior is already surrounded by the right people who help him to be equipped with the proper knowledge on arts and social sciences. So now the question is, did he continue to pursue a career for political science or any political science related field after his graduation? Well, the short answer is no. But did he actually pursue fashion right after? No as well. Christian wasn't really that much into fashion, but he was more into architecture. His love of building structures inspired him to make clothes that accentuated a woman's hips and bust, which proved to be one of the greatest the world has ever seen. Now, speaking of being surrounded by the best people and best access to education and learnings, Christian Dior was mentored by one of the famous Parisian couture houses of the Art Deco era, that is Lucien Lelong. Hired as a dress designer alongside Pierre Balmain, another famous luxury household name, Christian Dior admitted he owed everything he knew about fashion mainly because of Lucien. Fast forward, after a few years, believe it or not, he was already 41 years old and he hadn't even opened his own shop yet. But then came April 18 of the year 1946. Something happened. According to a source I've read, here's actually what happened. Once upon a time in Paris, the superstitious Christian Dior was walking on the streets. He was completely undecided and hesitant in putting up his own fashion couturier business, even after all those years of being exposed and garnering experience in the field. Obviously and completely lost in thought, he didn't know that one moment would happen to him when he tripped and fell on the pedestrian lane. Obviously hesitant and lost in thought, he tripped and fell at a pedestrian crossing, which at that time in Paris was marked out with cast iron stars. One of them had come loose and was sticking out. As a result of this incident, and always on the lookout for any sign of fate, Dior decided this was a major sign on his life. In that instant, he decided to believe in this lucky star and founded his couture house. My destiny came to meet me, he liked to say to those who asked him about that key moment in his life. The Dior Star became a brand symbol and was produced in gold, not only for the couturier but also for employees celebrating 10 years within the house. This lucky charm would accompany him until the end of his days. Born under the auspices of a providential star, the House of Dior remains faithful to its origins. By 1955, the House of Dior is now one of the most famous and established fashion houses in Paris. And within that year, he met Yves Saint Laurent, which he trained under his wing for 2 fruitful years. Apparently, at the time, the name Christian Dior is already a massive and prominent name in the whole fashion industry. And as you may have guessed, Yves Saint Laurent became his youngest art director in his company. During the World War II, Christian's sister Catherine served as a member of the French resistance against the Nazi occupation. Eventually, according to sources, she was captured by the Gestapo and SS officers and was sent to concentration camp in Ravensbrück, where she was incarcerated until her liberation in 1945. 2 years later, in 1947, a year after Christian tripped on his lucky star, Dior named his debut fragrance Miss Dior as a tribute to the heroism of his dear sister. Now wait, before we continue with the video, I would like to ask everyone to please like, share, and subscribe with JC's Home Finds Vlogs in order to be updated and posted on contents and uploads. And I hope you're enjoying the video so far. In 1957, during his last days within that year, like all things mysterious, his death was shrouded in mystery. And here's how it happened. Following his passion for bathing, and yes, on the side note once again, he loved bathing so much that it was basically his personal hub of creativity, wherein he would always draw his ideas on a scratch of paper while bathing. In the month of his death, Dior went to a spa, probably for his much needed creativity recharge of some sorts. During his stay, on October 24th, he suffered a third and final heart attack. And it was a massive one that it literally killed him on the spot. However, according to the official coroner's statement, it was proclaimed that the attack had been caused by unhealthy eating habits. But according to sources, much speculation suggests that the massive heart attack was caused by him choking on a fishbone or an intense adrenaline rush brought about his sheer excitement or probably distress while playing a game of cards. His funeral was attended by over 2,500 people, which includes family, friends, and even his loyal clientele, who he had amassed over his illustrious career. Notably, his successor, a 21-year-old Yves Saint Laurent, who had been working under Dior's wing for 2 years prior to his death, was also in attendance. After the ceremony, Saint Laurent was captured by Life magazine. Now, only had he lost his mentor, but was subsequently about to become the world's youngest couturier. Today, the House of Dior basically owns LVMH by acquiring 40.9% of the latter's shares. It is the world's largest luxury goods conglomerate, led by Bernard Arnault. Truly, the House of Dior is a force to be reckoned with in the fashion industry. And that's all for today with the video with JC's Home Finds Vlogs. And thank you so much once again for joining me with this video. And I would see you on the next one, and I hope you learned something new today. You stay fabulous, as always.